we rush this morning?
We're rushing. That's what happens. You don't pick a song.
Well, I want to pick a really good song, and it takes time.
It's fine.
Good morning.
Rock here.
Nancy here.
Rush is in the house.
Rush is in the
the air.
Yes, and the fan's in the air. I hope you guys can hear us.
Yeah, it's fine.
We have the
I need
industrial
a fan. It's for my mental health.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I just took a cold shower there, full blast.
Yeah, we live on the top floor.
But we don't have air
Top floor
conditioning. We don't have air
penthouse.
conditioning.
We don't
yet.
have AC.
We're gonna tough it out this year.
We're gonna try to tough it out.
That's it.
And yeah, it's quite hot up here, but it's okay.
It's so hot, my teeth were sweating.
Yeah, exactly. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that's good. But you know what helps with that?
That's good.
What helps to stay cool is to eat raw foods when you're really hot.
I mean,
They say to eat for eat in the season. So if you're eating in the season and it's really hot out there, eating raw foods will help cool you down from the inside out.
Wow, yeah, you don't want to eat a boiling soup.
No, but in the winter months you want to eat like
Boiling soup.
boiling soup, but like grounding and like warm, fatty foods to keep you warm. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this week we are talking about how's everybody doing?
Yeah. How's everybody doing?
How's everybody?
That's usually what we say.
Yeah. How's everybody doing this today? It is Tuesday. It's a sunny day. It's a beautiful day.
It's gonna be
Hot
amazing.
one.
I think I'm gonna go to the beach or something all day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Constance Bay.
I don't know about Constance Bay. Maybe just O'Brien Beach. All day.
Well, there you go. That's fun. I'm gonna go to work. AC.
Yay. Well, at least you have that.
I have AC. Oh yeah. I don't know if I could work in this heat. Honestly, like physically, I don't think I could.
When I went for my massage over the weekend, guy was working knots in my butt. Didn't even think I had. And
you are a tight ass. So.
I was a tight ass. You're hilarious.
It's no surprise there.
But I was sweating.
Yeah.
I was sweating.
It's because your pain tolerance is very low.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you.
I married you. Come on.
No. Anyway, you married me because you wanted to increase your pain tolerance.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So this week.
Moving on.
Moving along, squirrel. This week we're focusing on self-education.
Yes.
I'm gonna share with you a few things that really helped increase my self-worth with self-education. There's one thing that you want to be mindful of. It's like things, you hear things like aha moments, like these teachable moments that resonates with you.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, that really resonates with me because it's like you always learn what you need, or you always hear what you want to. What is that phrase? You always learn what you need to hear, or something like that.
Well, you're always going to learn what you need to learn in that moment.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not you are receptive to learning it is.
Right.
That's another thing.
Right.
Every day you have all these teachable moments, but most of us were so squirrel-minded and so like tunnel vision that we don't see these moments.
Yes, both at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one that really resonates with me is that every time you say yes to someone else, when you really want to say no, you're ultimately saying no to yourself.
Yes.
And that will affect your self-worth over time.
Yeah.
Because every time you deny yourself, if you're not congruent with yourself, you're saying to yourself, I don't really care that much about you. And that can be with food, with saying like, I'm such a people pleaser that was like, it's an ongoing practice, but I was way worse before.
And every time you're going to compromise your feeling for somebody else's feelings, you're going to diminish your self-worth.
Yes, yes.
And it's okay to do that once in a while.
Right.
I'll let them win. Whatever it is. That's fine. But if you do that consistently, letting people like walk all over you, you're going to get low self-worth. It's like I said the other day. I forget when I said this. You have to risk being cruel. And what I mean by cruel, you can swap out the word cruel with assertive, right? But if you can't risk being cruel to certain people, sometimes you're going to be victimized by cruelty non-stop. It's these. Swap the word. You don't like the word cruel.
I don't.
Swap the word cruel. Make it assertive if you want.
Right.
Make it stand up for yourself. Make it knowing your worth. Right.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. If you don't know that, And if you don't stand by that, people will take advantage of you your whole life. People will walk all over you, and
I get it. But for a lot of us, especially the people pleasers, don't have a mean bone inside of them, and they don't know how to be crude. I think just like the plain fact of stepping up for yourself in a respectful, kind way, because I find like kindness goes a long way.
Yeah.
As long as the message is across.
Yeah.
There's a way of saying it in a kind, respectful way. I think.
I agree, but not 100%.
I know you don't agree.
I think that certain people, if you don't tell them the message bluntly, they'll never get it.
Well, how about like a bit of bluntness, but a bit of like.
Of course, kindness.
Kindness
yes.
and bluntness.
Yeah.
A little bit of mixture
everybody
of both.
has their own way.
Right.
But that's just we're talking about self-worth here. You need to know your self-worth.
Yes.
If you're the type of person that's always saying, "I do everything for everybody, I never get anything in return," well, that's because
Exactly.
you're a punching bag for everybody. You've allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
You've conditioned yourself in that mind. It's become your significance, and you don't like it, but you keep doing it. So the self-worth is not there.
Yeah, and I think there's, to find the underlying reason why we do those things, because there's always a reason why we do
100%.
And so if you want to unpack things a little bit, I think, journaling is the perfect way to do it.
Yes, part of self-education is journaling.
Oh my gosh, because
it helps.
Because it puts things in perspective. It's like when why do I need to journal? I know what I want to do, or I know what I want to say, and I know what I'm thinking. Yeah, but it's like you're unloading, and when you're seeing it on paper, it's more clear. So if you ask yourself these high mileage questions like, why do I feel the need to please everybody else except for myself? That could be a question.
Yeah.
And then you just sit there and you just ponder on that question. It might come right away, it might not. But if you start writing, eventually it's going to start flowing, and then you're going to start to unpack why it is that you are feeling the need to please everybody else, the disease to please, if you will.
The disease to please. I was just going to say that.
For me, like being bounced around between foster homes and then people you just kind of like, people were in and out of my life the whole time, so
there's no stability there.
To hold on to them, I felt like I needed to please them, or to not be returned to the pond, not the pond, but like the
pound.
The pond, the pond, the pound. I felt like I needed to please people, so they can keep me. Anyway, I know it sounds sad and all that stuff, but
it's not sad. It's a defense mechanism. It's a coping mechanism. It's a compensative mechanism. That's something you did when you were a child to fill a need, a void, and that void was the lack of stability.
Yeah.
So you were trying to find stability as a child where you could find it, and that's you thought of getting people as close to you as possible.
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
Yeah, because like as humans, that's one of our human needs. We need to feel love and connected to our tribe. And when you're a child, that's super necessary. That's how you survive.
It's the only thing.
That's how you survive. I mean, you need to depend on somebody that cares about you, to feed you, to change you, to give you some...
all that stuff.
All those things.
You're not going to be a 6-year-old and go get a job at like Ford making cars. So you can't.
So that's the thing. So then that grows into adulthood, and then if you're not aware of your habitual patterns or your thought habits, and then you're wanting to please people, that's where the self-education comes in to keep you to be more mindful of how you are treating yourself over everybody else, or how you're treating everybody else over yourself. That's just
yeah. And we're not saying stop treating people nicely if that's what you do.
No, that is,
we're not saying that.
I'm never going to stop being
not.
kind and being of service.
But you have to be assertive in this world.
Yeah.
You have to know your self-worth, and you have to know when enough is enough.
Another tool that really helped with me is positive affirmation. Positive affirmation. Because yesterday we talked about your brain, the neurotransmitters inside of your brain, fire and wire together to form your reality. That goes with your thoughts and your self-criticism and the way you talk to yourself, self-communication.
Yeah.
So, what self-education has taught me is how to be nice to myself and
cut yourself some slack.
Stop criticizing myself. I mean, think about it this way. Would you talk to your child or your roommate or your spouse the way you talk? Well, maybe your spouse. The way you talk to yourself, pick your kid or something like that. You know, somebody that's really close to you that you wouldn't dare talk to. But then we have no problems talking to ourselves
Internally.
internally or even externally.
Such an idiot.
Oh yeah.
Whatever it is you say.
So, what? What's his name? Campbell.
Joseph Campbell?
No, the chicken soup there.
Campbell soup?
No.
Oh.
Chicken soup for the teenage soul.
Yeah,
What is his name there?
I don't know.
Success Principles.
I want to say John Campbell.
No. Hold on. Anyway.
Chicken soup for the soul. You guys have all heard
Jack
that.
Canfield.
Jack Canfield.
Jack Canfield.
It's not even Campbell yet.
I
You had
know.
me thinking of soup then.
So anyway, like, oh my god, years ago at the beginning of this whole journey, I was listening to How to Increase Your Confidence and by Jack Canfield. And he says, whenever you say something negative about yourself, you say cancel.
You
And
have to
I know-
say cancel. I know
It sounds, oh my god, seriously guys.
but you get so used to doing that cancel
It's
that
just to catch
eventually
yourself, right?
But it's also it's an anchor point.
Right.
Because when you say cancel, you are eliminating what you're saying, but not just that, but in the future, when you come to say something negative again,
The cancel comes
you're
to
like,
mind.
no, I'm not even gonna say it.
But not only that, because the things that we say to ourselves are so automatic that we don't even pay attention to what we say. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm such an idiot, like whatever. It's like, you don't even pay attention to what you just said to yourself. So if you start with that, you know, habitual
That's a
pattern
good
of like,
start.
cancel. Like, can you just catch yourself, right? It's about mindfulness.
It's about catching yourself. So the
Yeah.
word cancel is just that trigger point, that
Right.
trigger word.
Trigger you to stop.
Yeah. So what I do sometimes is I say something like, I'm such an idiot. I don't say cancel anymore.
Right.
I have switched it around saying, Rock, you're not an idiot. You're a smart guy. Come on. You're really smart.
I actually still say cancel. I'll be at work and somebody, like, I have a colleague of mine who's pretty rough on herself, but she'll say something in front of me and I'll be like, cancel, and she'll be like, what? And then I explain to her, but anyway.
It's fine. It's
And-
everybody's journey. It's your own journey.
And the last thing that I want to share with you guys is the positive affirmation, right? So it's like, if you feel like saying, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am confident, I am sexy, whatever you want to choose. If you feel that's too much, yeah, he has no problem saying that. If you feel that's too much for you, look in front of the mirror every single day, or every second day if you will.
You touch yourself. What?
Oh my gosh. No, but the more you do it, the more it becomes true for you. So if
Yeah,
you do it
that's
every
true.
day, then it'll be easier for you to do it. But if you feel like that was way too much for you, especially if your upbringing's been like really hard on you, and if you've been really
Yeah.
hard on yourself for all these years, chances are saying "I love you" in front of the mirror might be too much. So how about you look
I
in front
like
of the
you.
mirror?
I like you.
You're alright. You're alright.
I think
You're alright. But you can just say like a little something that you like about yourself. Like you look in front of the mirror, or if you feel like looking in front of the mirror is a little bit too much, I would recommend it. But if you can't, actually no, look in front of the mirror. You can do it.
Yeah.
Look at something that you like about yourself. Like, you know,
It doesn't have to be a physical thing.
well, yeah.
It has to be physical.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
can't say, man, I'm a
Something-
good mechanic.
Well, no, just like because you're seeing in the mirror. There's one small thing that you love about yourself. You got it like about yourself. There's got to be one small thing, and then you build on
If not,
that.
find it. Make it up.
Yeah, make it up.
That's my pinky. My favorite thing. Listen, the
I'm
bottom line
serious.
is...
Build on that though, and if you do that, because that at least it's like, I actually like the way my shoulders look in the mirror, or I like my cheekbones, or I like the thickness of my hair, whatever,
Or the thinness.
or the thinness. But build on that, and then eventually you're gonna be like, I actually do love myself as a whole person.
The bottom line is, you're here. You're already here. So you're worthy. You're
Yes.
worthy of being here.
Yes.
Because otherwise you wouldn't be here. Simple as that.
Somebody
You're here.
cared enough about
Yeah, you were conceived.
Creating you.
You're here. You are worthy of being here. Case closed.
Yes, exactly.
Wrap it up, Steve. As always,
We love you.
ya.
We're thinking about you. And don't forget about your
Take a cold
self-worth. We'll
shower
see you guys
today.
tomorrow morning at
Fruits, vegetables.
7:45.
Be a good
Cheers, you
person, be
guys.
assertive. Come on.